Hello, guys. Sorry, I was trying to get stuff sorted for your sneak peek behind the scenes today, and I got a little bit carried away because I couldn't find what I was looking for. How are we? Who's in the house? We have Tinka. Hello, my wifey. I did get your message, Han. I've just been a bit busy this morning. Let me just put my phone on silent or vibrate because that's just not going to stop. Who else we got? We've got Sarah. Hello, honey. Christopher's in the house. Hey, handsome. How you doing? Cindy. Hey, you're gorgeous. I hope you're doing well. Who else? Angie. Hello. Hope you're doing okay, sweet pea. Chris. Hey, y'all. Don't forget the lick. Why don't I just turn this light on? Jenny's in the house. Miss you, really sweet. Rose Wills. Hello. Fee. Hey, sweets. Hey, Stacy. I didn't even get a Valentine's bouquet. Rob. Hello. Jeremy. Hey, yeah. Shall I look now? So, for those, now I'm still turning this light on, see if I can get a bit more light in there. Okay, I need to get a light over me now. So, for those that don't know, oh, hi, Gwenda. Chris got his pins today that he ordered from us, and I jokingly said to Jenny I should lick them. So I told Chris that that's what I should have done. So, yeah. So today we're just going to have a little bit of chat while I try and find this last thing around. Thank you, everyone, for your messages with regards to my mum. She is doing a lot better. She finally had her surgery yesterday, and is already, they're doing amazing. Like, they've already got her, oh, there it is. That's what I wanted. They have her up and about. She's up and about, and she's already had a shower, and she's already where did they go and stuff. So yeah, she's doing really good. It's gonna make me do it that way. Oh, you bugger. Yeah, don't know. See if it's done. Oh yeah, it has done it. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure everything goes well for this thing. So I'm just doing a quick, you just have to bear with me, guys. I am doing a very, very quick put together to make sure that it's all going to work well, because otherwise, yeah, it just doesn't work that way. Oh, they got pink ones? Yes, they do. So I'm going to give you guys a Kenzie behind the scenes, kind of putting to piece a Kenzie piece. And I'm just making sure I can get everything working the way I want it to. So, so far so good, but I just want to make sure it all works first. When did I send what? Hang on a minute. My key beyond my expectations for all. I know something they don't know. You know, lots of things they don't know. So yeah, so just bear with me, guys. I'm a little bit behind. I did not sleep well last night. And I really didn't have too many things going through my ears. See, that's what happens when I'm doing what I'm doing. Welcome to me multitasking, guys. Yeah. Let's have a look. No. Actually, that's a good one. See if that works. Actually, that might just be perfect. Except her leggings. What the heck? Fit leggings do. No. Oh, that's why. That's better. Okay, I must remember to do that when I'm actually showing you guys all of it. Yeah, it didn't work very well. It's not very good when you put clothes on a model and then put them as a what am I trying to say, people? Yeah. Oh, you'll see what I mean when I get there. Beanbag. Shall do that one and default ears, cute ears. Right. Here we got teddy face. Where is the teddy face? Oh, it might be because she's sitting on it. Okay. All right. So I think I've got it. I think it's all going to work. So now I have to undo it all. Right back to the basics. And then we'll show you guys what's going on. Okay. Oh, so I'm going to get my went too far. Done. Okay, never mind. We'll do it all this way. Delete. Right. So, yeah. Oh, see, I told you I was brain dead. Yep. Oh, Sarah, I miss you too, honey. Right, let me just catch up with people. I think. Computer cam. Whoop. Morning, Elizabeth. Hi, Angela. Sorry, guys. I was actually doing something. Hot mess lives. Yeah, she couldn't help me with this little bit anyway because it's the art side of it, but I had to. It can be a bit of a jumble. Yeah, too many files definitely open in the brain. Hi, DQ. What am I saying yes to? Oh, yeah, she can. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I miss you too, Jenny. I think, like your idea. Hi, Toffee. Not quite sure what you're saying there, but welcome. Hi, Karen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right. Right, we'll let Jenny do her announcement and then we will give you guys a sneaky peek behind the scenes stuff. Oh, hi, Jay. That makes more sense. Hi, Lisa. No, that's Angie, that's my friend. She wasn't cussing me. That's her nickname for me. We call each other fuckers. That's why it took me a second to realize what she was saying. Hiya, fucker. Yeah, no. I know she's my fucker. And I'll stop saying that now because otherwise I'll get my channel banned. Okay. Yeah, so go meet to mum. Mum's doing well. She's been up, had a shower. She's had physio this morning. Everything that we put in place yesterday afternoon is going well. So yeah. But thank you, Angie, for being on board. Me, I'm tired. It's been a hell of a 2 weeks. My emotions are all over the place. So it hasn't been the last 24 hours. Saying goodbye to Jenny, not easy. Can honestly say that was very, very difficult. I think I cried halfway home. No, I didn't upset any more nurses. So yeah, 2 days ago, after my last live, you did, Jay. You did very well. After my last live, that night, 7:00 New Zealand time, I rang my mum and she was still waiting to see if she was going to have surgery that day, which she didn't. And it was 7:00 at night and she'd been nil by mouth. This is a week of nil by mouth until they decided to give her dinner. So I let rip. Like, seriously, I rang that nurse's station. I spoke to her nurse. I made her cry. And it was just enough was enough. So I'm pleased to say mum had her surgery yesterday evening. I got to speak to her in recovery. Her stats were good. The nurse down there was fantastic. I told her I was her next of kin. I was ringing from New Zealand. It was absolutely awesome. So her oxygen stats were good. Her heart rate was good, which is what I needed to know. And they put plates and screws in. And yeah, so she's on the mend. She's already up and about, and which is really, really good. It's what we need because she lives alone. So yeah, awesome school sums. The next clip is one of my nails is coming off. I'm in the middle of changing nails, so my hands look really crappy. So today we're going to do Kenzie's World, a piece for Kenzie's World. And it's going to be quickly done and I'll do it properly later. And I've got everything. I just wanted to make sure I knew where everything was so we can get it rendering for a little bit. Thanks, Karen. Yeah. And Lisa. Yeah, nuts. She's doing much better. Much, much better. She's sounding a lot more positive, and they've got someone from the mental health team going in to look after her mental health because that had been kind of forgotten. Yeah, so she's doing good. I have done no more on Rebirth. Last night I literally sat on my phone playing bingo. That's what I did on my phone. Wasn't what I had planned for the evening. It's just the way it worked out. And today after this, I have a meeting with Lisa, who is hiring me for a custom, and then I'm going to do my housework. Yes, Tinker, it looking amazing. Tinker's working on a special project, and when she's done it, we'll bring her on live and she can show you all, and you can all see it. Secret squirrel stuff. Not quite sure where Jen's got to. Oh, there we go. All right, so while Jen's doing her stuff, I will share with you. Now, do be aware, guys, you are going to see a little bit of a nudity, okay, because my models are naked. You can share anytime you're ready, Jen. Just go for it. This is going to take probably most of 2 hours to do for the little bit I'm going to do. So I'll just start that very soon. But yeah, guys, please be aware you are going to see a little bit of nudity because the models come naked, and it's just the way they come, and I can't change that without skipping steps for you guys to see. All right, Fee. Is it the one I decided, Chris? Okay, so I will share the screen with you, and you guys, and I'll flick back and forwards, and we'll go from there. So I use a program called Daz Studio, and so I can't zoom in on this, guys, so this is the way it is. So excuse the nudity, but this is how I've already put Kenzie's mesh on, but I will kind of, so I couldn't go back. Oh no, hang on, maybe I can now. So let me go back further. Oh no, you guys aren't meant to see that. Okay, no, okay. That was a sneak peek for you. Okay, so when I say, so it comes with a basic model, and I can't take it off because I've already put the other one on. And so yeah, so this is how this works. So the mesh, I have a certain mesh that these are all meshes, guys. So if you look on the left-hand side, all of the stuff here is stuff that I have purchased for my artwork. Okay. I want you guys to understand that I actually do pay for everything. I've got lots and lots of different meshes. So the one I put on Kenzie was this BJ Imian, and she's all, I'm pretty sure she's irayed. So we'll just make sure she's all got her irays in. Iray is a form of rendering, so we're just going to make sure it's all in. This can take up to a couple of minutes sometimes. It just depends. Don't worry about the not responding. It will respond. It's just catching up. Because I'm videoing at the same time, and my poor machine can only do so much at a time. Here we go. So I've made, so that's given me her matte of her skin. So I'm just going to scroll up to her face. So this is it, yeah. Make sure her eyes are blue because I want, Kenzie has blue eyes. So make sure they're blue. I don't need freckles on her because Kenzie doesn't have freckles. I want her lips to be default because Kenzie doesn't wear makeup. And then like I've got all these options as you see on the left-hand side. I want her teeth to be natural because we're going to adjust her smile later. So once I've got to this stage, I kind of zoom out, I have a look, I kind of look at all the different angles. I'm quite happy with that. It's a good representation of what the model I'm using for Kenzie is. She looks close to being a 15-year-old girl, and so I'm quite happy with that. So yeah. Okay, so from here, this is where I will put on the hair. So I can close my characters collection now because you guys got all that. Don't need that one on. There's lots of outfits here, so we'll do her later, but we'll go down to the hair. Where did I put it? Here we go. So I wanted, Kenzie wears her hairs in different styles, so I wanted her hair to kind of represent who she is. So we'll start with a basic hair. This is like me planning and sketching you know, stuff out. This is my equivalent of it. I'll just let that catch up. If you guys have any questions, ask, and we'll do it along the way. So there's the basic hair that's gone on. So from here, Kenzie's hair is blonde. So there's certain steps you go through. And so she's got a quite dark blonde hair. So I'm going to go to there. I don't want it. It's working on the hair. Apply that first. And then we're going to put the basic color in. So that's Kenzie's basic hair. If you kind of have a look. I mean, I could make it blue hair, I could make it pink hair, I can do whatever I like, but I'm trying to keep this as realistic as possible. The closest I can get to pink hairbands, which is what Kenzie would wear, is red, so we're going with red. Now, I do want to give her a bit of highlights in her hair for when it renders. You're not going to see it in this, just so you know. So I'm going to put activate the hair blending. And let's see, what am I going to choose? We'll go that one, and then I choose the color. So I want to go lighter blonde because Kenzie has natural highlights. Now, you're not going to see this as such, but this is kind of a thing. You won't see it until later. So here on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, if you look where I'm scrolling, I can... So Kenzie actually doesn't have bangs normally. She used to. So this is going back a little bit style. I'm kind of improvising here. So I can swing the bangs up. You just notice they're kind of moving. I want them kind of just, you know, just kind of loose a little bit so it's not so tight around her face, because Kenzie's hair is definitely never, ever tight around her face. And I'm just going to... I can swing the ponytails here, up and down, front and back. So I want to bring them forward a little bit maybe, move to the side if I want to. So they're kind of blowing out, but we're not. We're just going to kind of have them a little bit looser. So at the top normally helps. So the cheek I'm quite happy with. I'm quite happy with how it's all kind of sitting. It's not close to her face. Just for her ears a little bit. And let's bring it. So I can take it. I can't quite take it out, but I'll kind of adjust it a little bit so it sits right for how I think Kenzie's hair looks. So I've decided, you know, I'm just going to go back. It looks. I can adjust the height. But yeah, I think it actually was fine just the way it was. So yeah. Flicking backwards and forwards. I don't know why it's blurry, you're in love, because it's a screen share, so it shouldn't be blurry. So yeah, so there's lots. So if I want to adjust the width of it, so I want to bring it out a little bit more because Kenzie's hair is quite wispy. I can adjust the head size. So if the head doesn't fit, I can make it fit. So like, yeah, so I kind of like it sort of there. Now at this point, I check around because I want to make sure that it's actually covering every aspect of her head. Because once I have this set, I can use this model for any other thing. So, yep, I'm quite happy with that. Let's have a look. So I can blow it. See how the braids move. So, but we don't really kind of need it because she's just going to be sitting there. All good. I think we're actually really good for her hair. Oh, I can swing one up a little bit. Just so it's not conformal. That one's all right. Swing front back. out to the side a little bit, just so that they're not perfectly dimensionally straight, because they get a little bit thick. So I can make her bangs longer, which 9 times out of 10, if she's got bangs, are not long. But I don't want them on her face because I want you guys to see her eyes. Increase the split a little bit more. Make the sides a little bit longer. She has lots of wispy bits. And I can make the tail length longer. So about, and this is where I start looking at numbers. So I'm going to make it 50% longer than it was. Oh, my num lock's off, that's why. Not working. That was the left. So now I'm going to go down to the right. Where's the right? So I want to make that 50% longer. Yeah, it just makes it a little bit longer. Night, Angie. So yeah, so there we get the basics of Kenzie's hair. Now, Kenzie does have nice thick hair. I've chosen this hair mesh purely because I know it represents what her hair looks like when it's longer. So we'll get rid of the hair section now because we've done that. Now, I don't do the expressions to last, so don't panic, people. So now I'm going to go to a close. I've already got these picked out. Where did I put them? There it is. So you start with the basics. So I click on my model and we'll just wait for the clothes to go on. So Kenzie wears her basic clothes, and I'm doing this one as a sort of a wintry one. She wears leggings, shoes, sweaters and tights because they're the most comfortable for her. Now, we all know that Mackenzie likes bright pink. So I'm going to make the sweater bright pink, and I'm going to make the boots. And these are all meshes, bright pink. So now we've got this basic kind of thing going on. And I have lots of other options, but the pink's what Kenzie wears, so she likes pink. Yep, I will send you a message later, Stacey. Happy to encourage people to try art. So this is all perfect. I don't need to adjust anything. All I need to do is, because I'm using a model that's been mesh, it's been adjusted for an earlier model of what we call Genesis, I need to fit them. So I need to make sure that they're all fitted to the right parts of her body. So I'm just doing a quick check. That's looking all good. Yet last time I did it, I fitted them to her braids instead, and it didn't work well. So that's her clothes side done. And this is literally just me rushing through this, guys. Like, I normally pay a lot more attention and I'm a lot more fiddlier with it. So we've done the clothing. Now, Kenzie isn't Kenzie without her headphones. Anyone that's seen Mackenzie knows Kenzie likes her headphones. So we are going to stick headphones on her. So let's put her headphones on. And we're just going to make sure they're all fitting nicely. Okay, so I need to move this braid a little bit. Because if you see, I'll scroll in. This is the little bits you got to look out. See how the braid's poking through the thing, which probably would work, but it's not how I want it to work. What are you two animals doing? So I kind of want to just move it a bit. So it's the right one. Oh, that's the bangs. It's the braid I want. Tail. Here we go. So I'm just pulling it out a little bit so that it actually sits on the outside of her headphones. And we'll just kind of adjust it a little bit. I'll probably swing it back. That's probably not too bad. That one's all right. And I'll just, I'll move here. So yeah, so starting to see, sort of starting to take shape now. So now they've got that sitting right. Get that out of the way. Get that out of the way. Get that out of the way. I want to make the gamer controls the way I want them. So I've got options. Like with any mesh, you get options. So I always start with the color. Look, it's not Kenzie if they're not pink. I want them to glow. So I'm going to put some glow in there. Yeah, glowing. And when I go into Photoshop, I'll make them glow even more. Let's make let's be a little bit creative. We want to turn the glow on. And I want it about 50%. So there we go. We've got the basics of Kenzie. She's clothed. She's got shoes on. I look at, this is where I start looking at making sure everything's fitting properly, that I don't have to adjust anything. Skin's not poking through where it should be. And that kind of, so you got to remember, this is literally just the sketching kind of process. Photoshop. Yeah, I use Photoshop. Night, Angela. So there. Any questions to this point before I start adding the props and stuff that I'm going to put in the background? So you got to remember, I've already done the research for this. I obviously don't have to look at photos of Kenzie so much because I know what she looks like. So it's easy for me to kind of get to this point. Normally, when I'm doing art pieces, I research, especially with animals. I look at, if I'm doing, for example, horses running. Yes, I can, Tink. I'm going to do that very, very soon. When I put, when I'm doing horses and I'm doing, say, horses running in a field, I'll actually go and look at photos of horses running in a field to see how they look, to make sure I can pose them and get the posing right. So I'm going to have her sitting on a bean bag in this image because it's something that Kenzie used to have. And I'll see if I can do it quickly without. Going to give us the bean bag? No, it's not going to give us. Okay, so right, let's get rid of pulling that up. Right, so I'm just going to pull her out a bit, and we're going to go into accessories. So I want her to have a bean bag. We're going to bring in a bean bag. There's the bean bag. I want the bean bag to have kitty ears because that's just cute. We're just going to zoom into the bean bag. Don't worry about her sitting in it. That's fine. We're going to do pretty much this bean bag. Put the face on here. on the beanbag. Wait, no, I'm not sure. I think the face comes in afterwards, guys, so don't panic. Okay, so now I'm going to, because I want to have a controller in her hand, because Kenzie likes to game as well. Now, I'm not quite sure where the controller went. All right, so I want it in her right hand. No, actually I want it in her left hand. And I want to make it, it's going to glow. And of course, who can guess the color? It's going to be pink. And it would help if I actually had the controller highlighted. Glow on, 50%, because she's gaming. Now I'm going to pose it. So I've already got, there's lots of poses I can do, but I had one in mind. So now I get to pose her. I'll just give her a second to catch up. Right, so now we're starting to get the idea of the basic picture for this one. There you go. So that's kind of where we're at now. So this is it. So this is the start of it. So now I'm just going to zoom in because I want, Kenzie is not a typical autistic child and she does not have a blank stare. Okay, so I kind of want to, she just does, she's a very smiley, happy kid. So I'm just going to have a look through. I don't need to change the shape. I just want to adjust like her mouth. See if we can get some smiles going on. Yeah, it's not going to let me. Okay, turn that down. Head. So I'm just trying to find the facial adjustments, guys. So every model has a different one. These are all my different faces that I have. Why won't you let me smile? Right, I'll start there, so they're in here. Arms up, down. We've got them. Shoulder shrug. Oh, I didn't check her feet. How do her feet look? Oh no, they look fine. Oh, here we go. Brow up, brow down. So jaw open. So here we go. Actually, we might close that jaw. So just remember, this is not, I'm just playing at the moment, trying to get the little bit that would make it Kenzie. And there we probably have it. So now I'm going to look at angles and like how I want it to look. And then we're going to click a render and let you guys actually see it rendering a little bit. Now at this point I can change, so I'm seriously thinking, because I want to get her closer, I'm going to change a few things. I'm going to go, no, that's not where I wanted to go. I want to change the way it's laying out. Into landscape. Is it going to work? No, that's not going to work. So this is where I start looking at things and I think, okay, is this going to work? Okay, so this is probably going to be the better option. Now I also want to tilt her back a little bit because she's excited. She's playing a game. She's won. She's happy. And this is kind of where I want to do it. And we'll just, with her head, bend it forward a bit more. And if you know Kenzie, this kid is flexible and Jenny's probably sitting there going, I've seen this pose. So here we go. That's what we're looking at. Yes, we can. All right, so this is what I've come up with, guys. Now you might get a bit of lag from this thing. I'm just going to do a very quick render. Low quality. I will re-render this properly. First off, always what I do is I say, this is Kenzie's world. So this is going to be Kenzie. So I'm going to save it. So if it crashes, because sometimes it's a computer program, it's technology. So it can crash. So now we're going to click render. Now this is where some of the magic happens. This is where I let my computer take all the information that I've put in it and it all goes together. So I actually don't know if you'll see that screen. So just give me a second. I'm going to take this screen off and I'm going to give you another one. Stop screen, or stop that one, share screen. I now want to give you this one. So it's going to let it cook for a little bit. It's going to take a little bit longer because it's still writing some of this thing. And then we'll show you some of the magic. Oh, look. Oh, no, here we go. So here we have the magic starting to happen. So I go along this way. Oh, look, we have glowy. So this saves me a lot of work because, you know, this is just how I do art. This is one form, one medium of art. And then we have Kenzie's face starting to come through. Don't worry about it being dark. I render flat because I like to do my lighting in Photoshop. We'll just let her, she's a little bit pixelated because she's still cooking. But this gives me a chance I can check the hair around her face, make sure it's exactly where I want it. you know, I mean, I'll like at this, I mean, I'm quite happy with how it's looking so far. This has taken 45 minutes to get to this point. I'll say half an hour to get to this point. And that's not including me looking for resources as well as everything else. So just give you guys an example of what actually happens. So so you can see all the knitted stuff coming through. We've got a leg in the ear, which is probably at this, I will tweak that, probably change the color of her boots because it blends in too much with her jersey in that pose. We've got the face coming through on the bean bag. As you can see, the whiskers coming through and the ears have all come through, because some just come through when you render it. I'll just let her cook for a bit. I'll leave her on her face so you guys can see that starting to render, because that's an amazing process. So this is going to take a little while, guys. So now we can have sit and chat, and you guys can ask questions, and I can see comments, and we'll just leave her sitting there. You guys can watch her cook. So, Stacey, I will send you information regarding the program I use and some little tips to get you started. It is not a cheap thing to do, but I can point you in a direction where you can get some freebies to start. This can take anywhere, like when I'm rendering for an art piece, and this is why I said I'll re-render her later, can take anywhere up to, like for a single one like this, a day. Easy. This is normally when I get stuck into my diamond painting, or I do my housework, or I make my calls and work calls and stuff like that. So normally when I'm rendering stuff, I render like overnight, a lot of it. So like when I will leave in the group, I'll leave it connected. For example, like I plan to in the home of Rose Profit Creations diamond paintings, I'll put it up. You guys I'll screen share it. Everything will be muted. You're not going to hear me snoring or anything like that. And you guys will just get to see it in the group rendering, and it'll just stay live until it disconnects itself, or I get up in the morning. Oh, we're not. This is just the first section, Gammy. This is just the little bit by little bits part of it. So as you can see, her face is starting to get clearer. There is no background because I do separate backgrounds. She'll be on a very simple background for this image. No snoring or drawing will be heard or seen. Let's go text message. Hey, Viv. So, yeah. So, ask away, guys. Just don't be shy. So, she's currently sitting at 42% rendered. So, this is, like I said, a very quick render. She's not going to be perfect. I normally have a lot higher quality when I'm rendering, and it takes a lot more. Yeah, I like to make sure everything's perfect, so I render it at a very high quality. Yeah, so all these colors would go into the canvas. So this, when I'm doing an art piece, I don't sit there and go, what DMC code is that color, unless I'm doing something very special and specific. With this one, I create art for art. Yes, easy. I can do that, Dreamer. That's not a problem. So, I mean, this is just a rendition. I have not made a mesh of Kenzie. The one I had, I've misplaced originally. So this is a mesh I found, I paid for, and because it looks close enough to be her without it being her. Yes, I can, depending on what you want. So I come from a photography background. Yes, I can, depending on where it's placed and where they're placed and stuff. It depends on photo to photo. I can take a person out. I can change the background. I do photo editing, guys. And some of them can be big jobs and some of them are quick and simple. It just depends. So for me, like I started off as a photographer and I moved into this, and it was it was kind of like the next step for me. Yeah, I can do that. As long as okay, so if you guys want me to do photo work for you, we found us now, Dreamer. That's what counts. I don't want cell phone photos, guys, if possible. Okay, when I say cell phone photos, old cell phone photos. The new ones are pretty good. The pixel rate is quite high. For me to edit photos, I need the pixel count. And so if your camera is a 25 megapixel camera on your phone, you're pretty okay. If it's a 10 megapixel camera on your phone, don't bother. I'm going, honestly, guys, I know you guys want them done, but we can't get them clear. We can't make them. Dreamer, it will depend on the size of the photos and the quality of the photo. Your photos are good enough, Sarah. Make sure the light, if you're taking photos of animals that you want to put into a custom or children, make sure you've got nice natural lighting and it's not too bright. Do not shoot between 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the day outside, because it is going to be bright unless it's winter and it's an overcast day. Like when I shoot portraits for people, which I used to do and I will still probably do occasionally, I would never book between 11 and 2. Hi, Diane. Yeah. I am busy today, guys. After this, I have a meeting with Lisa, and then I have a lot of work I need to get done. So let's see where she's sitting at. She's at 64% now. So she's starting to lose some of the pixelation in her stuff. The highlights of her hair are coming through. Things they just slowly get more detailed. And like, remember, guys, this is a very low quality render. So I'm sounding a bit snuffly today. My body's just a little bit exhausted. The controller's looking good. See, now this is where I've noticed a mistake already. So I didn't come up and check the render properly. So in here, you see her thumb is meshed into the controller. So normally at this point in time, if I saw this, no matter how far the render I'd done, at this point, I would stop it, cancel it, and fix that, and then re-render from the start. Because sometimes things you don't notice until they're rendering, which is why I do the certain things that I do. But for this intents and purpose, it's good enough. You guys will get a rough idea. So we'll let it go for a little bit longer, and then I'll cancel and save, and I'll take you guys into my Photoshop, and you guys can have a look at my Photoshop. But see, when I'm trying to match a mesh to someone, I look at color tones, facial features, and stuff like that. No, I know, no, Photoshop, mate. Digital Studio. And I like I can, as you guys can see, I can render so it looks fairly lifelike. And that's easy for me to do. But I like, how do I put it? I like to make mine look arty. So I do play with them a lot in Photoshop. I'm going to go for just a little bit longer. She's at 81%. So we'll give her another 5-10 minutes, and then I'll stop her and I'll save it as a PNG file, close off Daz, and then I'll go into Photoshop. My computer cannot run 2 things at once. The poor thing is getting old. Hi, Berta. Hi, Irene. I'm glad you're getting excited, DQ. Okay, so she's at 81%. That's probably enough for me to go into Photoshop and have a play. So at this point, I'm actually going to cancel it. Don't panic, guys. You know, we're not going to lose it. Let's let it catch up a little bit. Takes a while to slow the engine down. No, I can honestly say I never thought 27 people would be interested in watching me do my artwork. Not even in the slightest. So I'm just making sure it's going in the right folder. So I'm just going to call this Gaming Kenzie Test. I know what it is, and I'm going to save it. Okay, so it's going to disappear for a bit, guys, while I do everything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, so I don't have to, when I come back to fully render her properly, I'm just going to fix that thumb, which I'll just share with you guys so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm not happy with that thumb, so I'm just going to, and I want the whole thumb. So now I can see her thumb, and it's looking so much better. So when I re-render, and yes, I can actually render that particular just as a pose, as the thing. But see, now that I'm in here, I can sit and think, okay, so this, twist it. I need to kind of just move that to the side, and then this one here, we'll need to move to the side, and we need to, and this one needs to bend out a little bit. There. So now it looks a little bit better. It looks a little bit natural. Her fingers aren't all pushed in together. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Yeah. So it's the little things. Like when I'm doing stuff, I look at all the little things. And I make sure that it is all good. So now if I zoom out, get her into position again. So I'm going to zoom in. Now I said I was going to change the color of her boots because they're kind of blending in with her jersey. So let's go back to here. And I'm going to change the colour a bit. So that was clothing. I don't know if this one's open anymore. Clothing. Because their boots just need to be a slightly different colour. Now I've got to remember where it was. Because I've closed it all down. Oh, that's it there. Cool, found it. So, let's have a look. What colour boots have I got for her? Yeah, I think they'll be all right because it doesn't blend in so much. It's a different shade of pink. So, and I'll save that. And then we'll close that down. Just remove that. Right, so now I'm going to open up Photoshop. That can take a little bit of a time. Daz is still shutting down in the background. My digital studio. So what do you guys think so far? Now, taking into consideration when I do some of my pieces, there is like, there can be up to 15 renders, like what I'm doing at the moment with is a memorial piece that I'm doing, and it's got each animal I render separately because then I can manipulate them in the main picture as I need them. So I can do this 25 times a day, just rendering. Yeah, Jenny gets a big buzz. You can have now, this, I don't want to discourage anyone, but you can have the program, and I see this a lot in the groups that I'm on, where people have the program, but they just don't have the artistic eye. Do not feel bad. Not everyone has the artistic eye. Not everyone has the funding. Yeah. So this is why, and this was the first step of Rebirth. Like, yeah, Froggy had several renders. Rebirth had quite a few, and Rebirth had a lot of paint work done afterwards. So this is just like the initial laying down the colors, having a look at it, making sure it's where I want it to be. When I put it in for a cook, I cook it about 25% quality, just so it's not too graphic heavy. So yeah, so I'm going to open her up now, and then I'll bring you guys in to see it. I'll bring it in for you guys to see. There's so many folders on this poor drive. Right, are you guys ready to see it before I've done anything to it now? Yours has probably about 25, 30 renders easy. Okay, here we go. So this is what it looks like when it first hits the next part of my studio. And she's quite, you can see she's quite dark. And she's quite, so this is where I start playing with everything. So I'm just going to go into there. So I want to go into, and this, like Sarah Bryce, you will understand this concept next because you are a photographer. So this is where I come in and I tweak a little bit. Let me just watch you come alive a little bit more. And I want a bit of texture. I want a little bit of clarity. And I definitely always want vibrance. So this is the start. This is like, okay, I'm loving where this is going. Yeah, I'll see if I can. Here we go. So a bit of a closer view. There we go. So before I start editing her, I need to choose her background. So I have to, just give me a second, plug in the, now I have pre-finished backgrounds that I can use. So depending. Sorry guys, I unplugged the wrong thing to plug in my graphics tablet. Sorted. Yeah. Can you guys all hear me? I'll make sure I'm back. Let me just move some of this stuff over. Oh. Okay. So this is where we're at the moment. So I'm going to make my life a little bit easier for this because this is just a kind of a quick. She has big feet, Diane. Like seriously, this kid has big feet. Normally, yes, I would shrink the feet down, but she has massive feet. And yeah. And because it's okay. So with this one, when you're looking at this, this is what I look at when I'm doing the feet. She's in her body's in the background, the feet are in the forefront. So technically the feet would look bigger than they actually do. She's not got, like, her feet are a size 8 already. So she's got very, very big feet. Technically, I think it's the boot, and I'd probably fit them a little bit more to her feet. But this is one, I mean, you guys are going to get this one, just not this one, if that makes sense. I don't need that. Why is that up? Oh, I'm upside down. That's right. So that way. Just want to get rid of that. Right, there we go. So yeah, Jenny can vouch that Kenzie's got big feet. Okay, so I'm just going to have a quick look through my files because I kind of want to cheat a little bit. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. No, I don't have one there either. Okay, we'll see how this one goes. Let's have a look. Okay. Right. No, that's got the air. No, that's not going to work. Okay. So this is where it starts to kind of take a little bit longer. So I think, just be with me, guys. Let's go back into last year's work in progress. I could paint it, but I'm just trying to be lazy because it takes a lot of time. Where is Rebirth? Because hers is already painted. Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to use this one. So at this point, I'm going to bring in something that, for me, would represent Kenzie. Don't panic, you will see her again. So I'm just using this as an example, okay? She's gaming, she's, you know, but I plan to do a bit more with this background. So she's starting to kind of take shape. I'm kind of liking where it's looking. I'm going to paint the background. So I'm going to color swab the lightest blue that I can because I want the color tones to be the same. I'm going to go into, where's my Cosmo brush? So I want a bit more blue in there and I want it a little bit brighter. So I'm going to find all my Cosmo brushes. Not my cobwebs. Not my grunge. There's no. Start with this one. Now I start working in different layers. I want to bring this out a bit more. And I want to just kind of bigger. So start looking at stuff. You'll notice because I'm not painting her. I was thinking, no, I don't like that, so I'm going to get rid of all of that because I don't like it now. I do like up here a bit more. Okay, so I'm going to change brush. Here's my other ones. That's that one, that's that one. Haha, that's the one I want. So this is going to go into another layer because I want this full brightness. Here we go. So some of you guys will see have seen something similar from Tellurian Queen. This is where I painted all the Tellurian, how I painted all the Tellurian Queen. I kind of want to go a little bit bigger. I'll stick some. Put some up here so it looks, no, I don't like it up there. That's a bit too much. Some of that. That's better. So now what I want to do is I want to put an even lighter blue over top. And you'll see that my brush changes every time I work with it. Just gives it a bit more. I don't want that one there. I don't want it. So it's kind of starting to take shape. Just like little blobs of jellyfish all in there. So now I want to come in with that, another layer, and I'm going to change the color again. And I'm going to put a bit of, I'm going to shrink the brushes right down because I want really small in here. And I just want to kind of bring in some little purpley bits. Blend in with that beautiful teal. Now I'm going to go and get my other brush that I wanted. It's this one. And this gives us like just brings a little bit of a purple tinge into that blue bit up the top. Just gradually blending it all in. Oh, I'm glad, Sarah. So this is, I'm just giving you guys, I'm not going to use this background for this, but this is just giving you an example. So I kind of want to, at this point, I'm kind of thinking it needs to kind of blend in more. So I go back to a brush, and don't panic, guys. It's going to look like a mess to start with. So I just want to blend it in a bit. I'm just going to brush. I haven't even started finishing Kenzie off yet. See, at this point I'm tired, I'm sitting thinking, I really want to where am I? I want to add a bit more of that. Blue and just kind of blend it. I'm not like I'm wanting to blend sort of the nebulae bits. So this is where I sit there and play, and I guess, okay, so I've just done all that, and I actually don't like it. So it's, guess what? I just take it all away because I don't like it. Doesn't want to play ball with me. Just needs to connect that little bit with, because if they're not connecting, they're just blobs. They look like jellyfish. I'm just gonna and see how it changes. Right. So now it's just, it's not like, so when I'm doing the diamond painting background side of things, I look at, you know, there's going to be a bit of confetti in this one, guys. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going to look at, you know, we still need a bit more in there, but not of that stuff. So where is my favorite one? That one. And that was way too big. No, that's not it. Okay. Okay, so now that's for me the background. Yeah, I quite like the background. I'm going to see how it blends in with her now. I've been doing it for a few years, to be fair. So now I need to come in and I need to go back to her layer. So this is what I mean, guys. I'm up to, like, I have layers after layers. And I'm going to, Sarah's going to know what this one is. So this is like, so this is my highlights thing. So this is, remember I said to you I like to do my own lighting. So I'm going to come in here. What is it? That's on burn. Oops, I want it on dodge. A little bit smaller. Because I work in layers, I can do this without absolutely damaging the background. So I can just sit there and paint where I want to. So I need to, where's my scrolls right under there? Yeah, my camera's in the way. I am painting. I'm just painting on a pad. Yeah. So I'm just popping, I will be popping back. I ain't finished with those stars yet. There's a little bit more to go on some of those stars yet. Just wait. Okay, so this is where I start getting a little bit more, because I want the hair to kind of pop. So for me, here we go. Yeah. This is honestly the bit that takes the most time. I'm doing this one fairly properly just so you guys can actually get an idea. I mean, I'm not exactly rushing, but I'm not going slow either. Sorry, I pull funny faces when I'm doing art. So if you're looking at my face, I do apologize for any weird looking faces that I pull. Oh, bless your bum. Oh, what did I do there? Oh, sorry, guys. Okay. Right. Sounds about that. Okay. So you're probably sitting there going, she just lightened all of that. Why is she putting dark strands in it? Because here, when it sits on the head, folds. When it doesn't, it's not flat. Here is not flat. It is very dimensional. So remember I said I was choosing because Kenzie's got many facets of colors to her hair. So I want to make sure that those facets come out. So what I'm doing at this point is just bringing in the folds out over here, the way it folds. And this side would be darker because she's got less light coming on this side. Just gives the piece a bit more definition and a bit more of a realistic look, I suppose, for lack of a better part. I'm just going to go in. Okay, I don't like what I did then. That off.
Okay, so let me see how some of this question goes. Yeah, we'll start with the basics, and Lisa, don't stress, it's nice and easy. It can take 2 to 3 weeks, Gwenda. If it's an urgent piece that you need done, it can be, I can squeeze you in a little bit more, but I do have a lot of other projects on as well. So it depends on timing and when you need it by, and the longer you can give me, the better. Yeah. I'm a visual, Sarah, so I learn by watching, which is why I watched a lot of YouTube. Thank you, Sarah. That's what I was aiming for. Nah, I'm not scary. Not at all. Right, let's get back to this. Right, the hair's, oh, I need to get in here for the hair. A bit too dark on that one. Oops. All right, let's give it a bit of highlight up here. Not that one. I really want to face a little bit. All right. So after all doing all of that to the face, I decided I didn't like it. That's better. Come on. Oh. Dipsy dips. I want it a bit brighter. So this is just roughly, like very, very roughly, guys. Right. So we've got to this stage. Hi, Monica. You guys are talking more than I can keep up with. Half an idea is all I need. Yeah. Hi, Hadley. Welcome. So, I mean, this is just a rough thing. So now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to show you the next step, so which is really one of the next steps. We'll start that up at the same time. Hopefully, when I bring it in, it'll open up. So I have this little magic tool that I use, that I like to use. Oh, yeah, it's going to give it to you guys. Awesome. Yes, I know I need to update it. That will come later. So I have like little recipes. Oh, okay. No, back out of that. Oops, forgot to do one thing. Actually, put them all into one layer. Oopsie, oops, let's try that again. So this is before and this is after. So this is where I get it all to kind of, I kind of like this program because I use it in photography a lot, but I've started using it in my art as well because I like the way it makes the colors pop a little bit more. I can have a play with it. I can bring things out in it a little bit more, and it goes really well with Photoshop. So, but I'm not done there because I need to. It's kind of going to look just all higgledy-piggledy for you guys for a little bit. Okay. Hadley, I can unblock her. The reason why we did block her was because she is 13. Or that's what she told us. She told us she was 13, and this channel is definitely not for for younger people. So Hadley, I can unblock her, yes. She was blocked because of her age. 1 second, guys, I have a phone call from my mum. Hello. Hi, I'm just on a live. Are you all right? Okay, I will give you a call back when I can this afternoon, okay? All right, I'm just in the middle of, I'm still working on my YouTube live, so I'll give you a call. No, it's all right, Mum. It's okay. Okay, I'll give you a call later. Okay, bye. Okay. So, yeah, as I was saying, Heather, yes, I can block her. It's just... Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah, all right, thank you. I'm caught up now. Awesome. Sorry, guys, I wasn't really watching chat at the time. Okay, so this is what you guys are looking at now. This is close to being the final, what would be the final piece at this stage. So if we take this off, this is what it looked like before. This is what it looks like now. So I've kind of just blended everything in a little bit with, I've got recipes that I've got saved, so I can just literally go click, click, click. Right, so from this point, I would save it. I would actually, no, I wouldn't. I would sign it. So I will sign this one. And the wrong script. And we'll go, big. And where I always put my signature in a very similar spot, guys. So it makes it easier for you guys to know, it was me, and stuff. So yeah. So now I would save this. And this one could actually, I mean, I want to tweak it a little bit, obviously, because of the thumb and stuff and the boots. But this will be, all I need to do from this point is I can take her out and re-put the re-render in. The background will stay the same because that's pretty much finished. Oh, I forgot one part. Hang on. I'll do that. Actually, no. Oh, okay. No, I'll do that later. Yeah, Diana, just, yeah. Thanks, mods. You guys are awesome. Okay. Right. So I've saved it. And so now I'm going to have to open up. We're pretty much done with Lightroom, Photoshop. So I'm going to shut that down. And I'll introduce you guys to my Lightroom, where you guys will see bits of pieces that you probably shouldn't, but that's okay. Right, we'll remove that. Stop screen, Lightroom's out. Okay. Right, you guys all know whose that artwork is. So I always put my artwork through Lightroom, and here's why, because it adds my I make sure my metadata is correct. So every image that is out there actually has my information attached to it. People cannot just, as much as they're watermarked, it also has copyright attached to it. So going up to here, we're in 200. This is where you guys, I told you I had lots of folders. Work in progress. This is stuff I'm working on. Kenzie's World, so you can see little bits of stuff. So the folder, I just want one file in here, which is the one I've been working on. I bring it in. I don't flatten the image, nothing. I keep it all thing. So this is where I go when it decides to load. Here we go. And I tweak it a little bit. Add a bit more clarity. No, I want it softer actually. I want a nice soft. She's young, she doesn't need wrinkles. A little bit of vibrance. And the trick that I learned, so this is just me doing my photography tweaks actually. Just enough to, boom. Right, so I'm now going to export this so you guys can actually see it. I'm not renaming it. And I won't bother watermarking it because it's just an example. And then I'll bring up the actual file and you guys can actually see the full proper image close up. Oh, thank you. So we're going to go into I'll bring that up. We'll get rid of that one again. You guys ready to see it? Here it comes. And there you go. And that's kind of what it would look like finished. There is a few tweaks that I can see that I need to make. Like she needs to be rendered better for starters. I want to make the stars glow a little bit more, so I'll add some highlights to those. And that, I'm going to change her boots. I need to shade in down near her bottom where she's sitting. But other than that, everything obviously fix her hand up there. This is kind of what you guys will be looking at for one of Kenzie's world. So we guys think. There she is. Oh, thank you, Lisa. It helps I know her face well. So that's an insight of what I'm to do, because honestly, guys, I don't normally rush it through that much. It's normally a very much slower process. Rendering can take a lot of time, and then putting it in together and blending it. I'm a little bit more pedantic. I kind of rush this one. When I do the final rendering of her, she will be, I'll actually go in and a little bit more finer brushing and stuff. So this is just an example of what it is from start to finish, kind of roughly. Some projects can take me a couple of days. Some projects can take me weeks. Thank you, Chris. And those earphones will be in every piece because that's kind of Kenzie's trademark. Oh, thanks, guys. So there you go. You guys saw it from butt naked to fully dressed here. And you can see what I mean. The rendering makes a big difference. It saves me. I just prefer the way I draw it. This is the way I do it. This is the way I do my art. I wanted transparency. I do not sit there and hand draw that often. It is very, very rare. Like as you've seen, it's for highlighting. It's for getting definition out of a character. Guest rows, this is pretty much what I will do for customs. So when you hire me for the diamond painting by design, this is what I do. So say for example, you wanted a little girl walking in a field of flowers. Yeah. The little girl will be rendered, the grass would be rendered, then a layer of photos gets rendered, the sky gets rendered, and then I put it all together and then I blend it in the digital studio programs I use. Definitely not Photoshopped art. I use Photoshop as a tool, but it is not my main program. Yay. We'll still be here doing it. Oh, thank you, Chris. So yeah, I'll go re-render it properly and stuff. And yeah. Oh, wow. Easy peasy, Sarah. And you know where to book me. Diane, that's a lot of hard work. So there we go, guys. That's it. That's behind the scenes. So what you can expect in the home group or as an affiliate sometimes, it'll be, you know, affiliates will get it probably more than everyone else. Sometimes I'll leave the screen on and I'll just leave the render going, which isn't an issue. And yeah, so that's kind of what you guys are looking at having done. And on that note, it is coming up to 12 o'clock. I need to give Lisa a call. I need to get some food and I need to get some housework done before I get grilled. Is he verbal, Diane? Oh, thank you, Tink. Mwah. Love you, wifey. Okay. All right, guys. I need a coffee. Oh, enjoy. Yeah, we will talk later. Definitely. Oh, you guys are awesome. It's something I plan to do anyway. And show you guys behind the scenes anyway, because I figured you guys would like to see it. Lisa, I will call you in about 5 minutes. I am going to make me a coffee and go to the toilet, and then I'll give you a call with my diary. And if you don't mind, I will be having a cigarette while I talk to you on the phone. Sleep well, Sarah. Sending lots of squishy hugs your way, babe. Oh, you're welcome, Stacey. And I will give you a call probably over the next few days at some stage when I'm not so crazy busy sorting out my stuff here. And I will help you start with the basics for your daughter, most definitely. I've lost my pen. Jenny, did you steal my pen? It's not on my desk. I think you stole my pen. Oh, you're welcome, guys. Love you. I probably should. Take care, guys. Bless your bums. Have a great Thursday or Wednesday night. And I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, no worries, Stacey. We'll have a talk. All right, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.